you look at America's history, an immigrant group would come over, and America would say, y'all go over there.
Stay flossed, stay flossed. You're listening to The Fly Guy Show. They do everything on the fly and in such a fly manner. Stay flossed, stay flossed, stay flossed, stay flossed.
Well, I want you to say it after me, okay? So the first one is, Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Okay. And that's the principle that reminds you that people are going to take advantage of you sometimes. You know, you're going to be struck by, you're going to be hit by a smooth criminal from time to time. But don't shrink away from that. Whatever you're doing, you'll know better the next time. We can't let ourselves get shell-shocked the first time that we run into some problems. Annie, are you okay?
Annie, are you okay?
Okay. She didn't see this coming. Tessa, are you okay? Are you okay, Tessa? And I'm just going to limit it to two. The second one, the second one is Ivanka. That means to be beautiful yet complicit. And sometimes the beautiful people in your life might be complicit in your destruction. And you just have to be aware of that. And when you recognize it, move away from those destructive forces. Ivanka. Now we can get started. So our message today is Kwanzaa every day of the year. And, you know, when we look at holidays and observances, many of these observances and holidays really have things that we need to celebrate all year round. When we look at Veterans Day, we need to celebrate our veterans every day. Whether they're veterans in the public school system, veterans in the women's rights struggle, veterans in the civil rights struggle, or veterans in our military. They should be celebrated every day. When we look at our Mother's Day, we should celebrate our mother figures every day. Father's Day, celebrate our father figures every day. So whatever holiday you look at, whatever holy day you look at, whatever observance you look at, it should be a part of your life every day and just amplified on that particular day that we celebrate. As with the observance of Kwanzaa, in our family, community, nation, race, every day. Although we're going to highlight, we're going to light that candle, we're going to bring enlightenment, and we're going to let that shine on the 26th. It should be celebrated. It should be a part of our lives every day.
Umoja, to strive for and to maintain unity in the family, community, nation, and race. I want to talk about what this statement means. First, let's discuss unity. Unity is to make into one. Family. Family can be blood or chosen. Here at UCN, CU. We are used to the reference of chosen family. We use the word the chosen all the time for family. Community. I'm one individual with many communities. UCN is my community. Black Americans are my community. Hampton Roads is UCN's community. Nation. The simple answer is America. But What it also includes is a large collective of people united by common descent, history, culture, or language. This allows you to decide what you mean by nation. Race. Well, Bill Nye, the science guy, says there really is, for humankind, there's really no such thing as race. There's different tribes, but not different races. We're all one species. However, racism is real. I would use race to refer to our social construct and to humankind. Kwanzaa should be used to support unity for Black people and to Black people. UCN, CU, we are looking forward to strengthening our bonds.
All right, so Kuja chimed in is self-determination to define ourselves, name ourselves, speak for ourselves instead of being named, defined, and spoken for by others. This one's going to be a little controversial with some people. All names, all words were created by somebody else. I'll let that matter. All names, all terms were named, developed, created by somebody else. Or let me take out somebody else and just say created. All celebrations, all holidays, all holy days, all observances were created. So somehow we've gotten into the habit, the culture, the acceptance, particularly those of us who work in the educational system, where we demean those who use creative names. I've heard educators say things to the impact, how do you make a that name? What happened to good old names like Mary? What happened to good old names like Olivia? Esther? They just making up names. All names were made up. All definitions were created. And we need to celebrate names that were created by somebody else that have been passed down and names that were uniquely created. They all have merit. And when you value something based on your culture or the culture you take it on, and you devalue something else because it doesn't fit in with this culture that you accept, that's the purpose. So we need to name ourselves, define ourselves, speak for ourselves, instead of being named, defined, created, and spoken for by others. Kuja chimed in.
Self-determination. This is a big one. Black people have the right to define ourselves, name ourselves, create for ourselves, and speak for ourselves. In American society, I have seen many instances in which a non-black person has decided what to call us. Urban or thugs. Define us. One-drop rule. Create for us. What is black music and dress? And speak for us. What the black community wants and how we should stay in it. As allies, your role is to support fiercely in this fight for equality and against white supremacy. Here at UCN, we have anti-racism workshops throughout the year to help in this effort. Sign up today. Join us March 10th and 24th.
Ujima, collective work and responsibility. To build and maintain all community together to make our brothers and sisters' problems our problems and to solve them together. Well, one of the things that is misconstrued in the concept of Kwanzaa is what brothers and sisters refers to. So, in the original writings from Dr. Karinga and the US organization, sometimes we say that Dr. Karinga himself created Kwanzaa, and it wasn't true. He created it with the organization, the US organization. Okay. Bit of a militant group. You ever studied that? So, a bit of a militant group there. But when you look back at America's history, it's always been militancy that has pushed the needle where people have moved for the change that needed to happen in the first place. So, in the very early writings of the US organization, they've always stated that Africa was considered the cradle of civilization, therefore, all men are brothers and sisters. So, there's this concept, because it was created by the US organizations, particularly Karinga, who's really radical at that point, that it's a very divisive celebration, observance, and that it shuts out others. But the early writers and the original books speak different. So, when it says to make our brothers and sisters' problems our problems and to solve them together, it is talking collective. So, my brother is from a different persuasion than I am, but we're brothers. We need to solve those problems, and we need to make them our problems and solve them together. So, in the spirit of the jingle, I'm going to say that we should look at what's happening in the world. We should look at what's happening in our nation. We should look at it from the perspective of those who are very financially successful and those who are not, and consider them both brothers as we form solutions. So we need to look at tax plans and make sure it benefits both ends. We need to benefit on that. We need to look at social change and make sure that while we're shedding light and fixing problems, that we don't destroy people without regard. So as we support the people who say me too, we also need to make sure that there are checks and balances. As we focus on changing the things that we need to change, we need to make sure we don't destroy each other because we're brothers and sisters.
Collective work. I believe we are our brothers and sisters. I grew up as a Baptist, and so I have always I am culturally a Christian. So a lot of things I can't take out of me. I am my brother's keeper. When I came to UCN, I was a very young single mom. I was attending OU, and Women's Studies Department, they suggested that I stop over here at the UCN church, and maybe that was a good fit for me because the church I had grown up in wasn't a good fit anymore. But I knew my son needed fellowship, so they suggested, come over here, Women's Studies, OU. Yeah. And UCN took me in, and they loved on my son, and they kept me. I learned how to hone my voice. This is your voice. And grow my faith here. We are responsible for all of us, all of the time, even when it's hard, even when it's hard. We have work to do together.
Stay fly.
Award-winning producer Raheem Shabazz continues the Elementary Genocide documentary series with The School to Prison Pipeline. That film exposes the social engineering done to African-American children in the school system. And his other film, Elementary Genocide 2, The Board of Education versus the Board of Incarceration, takes an even deeper look at the history of the American school system and how it was made to justify subjugating Black Americans. These films are on track to be the most discussed films in Black America. These films feature people like Dr. Boyce Watkins, Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, and many, many more. The documentary is available right now at elementarygenocide.com. That's elementarygenocide.com.
Stay fly, 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 stay fly.